Like many literature students, you too must have wondered why authors write in seemingly cryptic forms and use elusive literary devices instead of directly addressing the issue at hand. In this video, I will try to answer that while analyzing civil rights activist Maya Angelou's poem, The Caged Bird, published in 1969. The poem is structured in a manner where a verse about the free bird is followed by one about the caged bird, which facilitates comparisons and contrasts between them. These two birds represent the white and the African American communities, respectively. The poem wishes to show the disparity in their right to freedom, which it does by alternating between their experiences. This disparity reaches a crescendo when Angelou writes, "The caged bird sings of freedom." This abrupt ending to the verse, coupled with a full stop, is jarring to the reader. She immediately goes on to describe the free bird as thinking of another breeze or of the fat worm, fat denoting surplus in its most explicit and superlative form. While one is groaning for the most basic of human rights, the other is engrossed in superfluities, which jolts the reader into action on the poet's issue of choice, which in this case is wanton racial discrimination in the US at that time. Such an effect is seldom created in simple, straightforward text. The movement of the two birds denoted in verses 1 and 2 also hints at their disparity in freedom. The free bird, quote, leaps onto the back of the wind and floats downstream. These words create a gallant, carefree image of the bird wafting through the sky and show the whites in a free and dominant light. Dares to claim the sky shows the effect of unchecked liberty, which allows the free bird to claim more space, a rudimentary and primal form of dominance. This is even more striking when looked at in the context of American practices like redlining, where the blacks were forced into cramped neighborhoods, which elevates the metaphor of the two birds being genuine and reflective of the practical implications of discriminatory practices of the US. Angelou immerses the reader in a seemingly fictional world but makes it resonate with the situation of radical injustice in the US at the time, which amplifies the intended message of the poem. Maya Angelou's Caged Bird exemplifies the merits of using literary devices, which have a more profound effect on the reader by leveraging language to alter their thinking. This suggests that conveying one's message in a simple, direct manner might not be the most effective form of communication, as the audience may become disinterested or even take a defensive stance against the issue at hand. Literary forms of communication preserve the audience's dignity by having them come to a conclusion after individually interpreting the text rather than them being bombarded with the facts or nature of an issue.